The Top Left Award is an award based off of people who think they know more about an area than they actually do. And for normal people, when they realize they start studying an area, they think they know everything, and then they suddenly realize that they don't know that much and drop off when you plot it. The last couple of years, there's been an award for flat earthers based off of this. CC from Westchester, New York, won it in 1 year, and Fakatsoid or Flatsoid from South Africa won it another year. Because of the final experiment where they took a bunch of flat earthers and globe people to the moon, to Antarctica, sorry, and to observe the 24-hour sun about a year ago, around December 14th to 18th of 2024. The population of flat earthers online has taken a bit of a tumble. Well, the number one flat earther, Jaron, became a well, I don't know what to call him, normal person in this view, and he's actually become a great debater against other flat earthers. Jaron, in all due respects, you got some work to do in other areas. Sorry for that. Then you have Whitsett, who went there because Jaron didn't want to go by himself, and he is gone MIA. This could be a lot to do with legal troubles with his wife. She took the child away and is divorcing him, and he had to leave the house that they had in Miami. And $3,000 a month? You could buy a house for cheaper than that. But now we have like the second string flat earthers. We have like Mikey Smith, Vlad from Ironworks, 90 to 200 or 92,000. And basically you have these groups and are these people. I'll probably be nominating Mikey Smith. I have issues nominating Mikey Smith because he has some intellectual disabilities, but it's the arrogance that he goes into like observatories and tries telling people everything's fake or false, and he knows the truth because he's taken pictures of the firmament. They're just bad images or out of focus images on his cell phone. Okay. He will call observatories all around the United States and claims he knows the astronomy better than the astronomers on staff. He's called the Very Large Array, which is a radio telescope, and trying to get them to take movies of galaxies or whatever. And that's one thing. He asks people to take images of galaxies rotating, and it takes hundreds of millions of years for some objects to go around the center of galaxies. Like our sun takes about 240 million years to go around this core of the Milky Way. So he keeps on doing this action, and he keeps on. He also threatens people online. There was a person who I think is trans, and they got into an argument about that. He starts picking on the person for that and not arguing about the shape of the earth. He starts insulting them, and he thinks that's the way to win an argument, a scientific argument. Plus there's the lawsuit with the Canadian Space Agency. He basically lost, but he thinks he can appeal, and he thinks the judge is the idiot in this circumstance, and he knows more about the law than the judge, and he thinks he just showing his pictures is proof that the earth is not flat. And there's also the pictures. We've tried to explain to him that the pictures he's taken are not really good pictures of stars. They're blurry, weird shapes. He thinks are stars. Most astronomers know that stars look like little pinpricks because they're point sources, because they're so far away. Unless you get a really big star or a really bright star. And he just thinks he knows so much more than other people about astronomy that he doesn't really know that much about. And this isn't okay. I have some background in astronomy. I've taken some. I went to university, tried to get a degree in it. I've used a telescope. I've used two kind of big telescopes. One was a 14-inch telescope. Another was a 16-inch telescope to show objects in the night sky to people for tours. Like the 14-inch was on top of a 3-story building, and this was did tours with like little kids and for university students. And there was also using a 16-inch telescope to take images for students in a couple of first-year classes that had to go and take the images and go write a report on those images. So I know a little bit about astronomy, and I've actually taken measurements of stars, of their brightness, using what is called iris photometry. I also took a course in IRIF photometry, or using IRAF, but I didn't do so well. But IRAF is a digital program that measures the brightness of stars compared to other stars. So I know a little bit about astronomy. There's probably people, and I know there's people who know a little bit more about astronomy, or a lot more about astronomy. But that's my point about Mikey Smith is when you realize when you're into a field, it takes some time to realize that you don't know everything about that field. Astronomy is one of those fields. There's so many different branches of astronomy. There's radio astronomy, there's optical astronomy, there's theoretical astrophysics, there's people who just study open clusters, there's people who just study Cepheid variables, there's people who just study galaxies, and then there's people who just study the search for extraterrestrial life. That's the problem with Mikey. He doesn't realize that he doesn't know how little he knows, but he thinks he's going to go and try to disprove everything about astronomy and prove the Earth is flat. So that's why I think he's probably one of the top runners this year. And plus the thing is there's not many of them left right now online. So it's getting pretty scarce for nominees. Okay, I hope everybody has a good day, and goodbye, and see you next time. Bye.